Well, good morning everybody, my dear students. In the previous class, I had explained you about the cell cycle part 1. Today, part 2. Dear students, let me explain about the cell cycle. Cell cycle means different type of events or the entire sequence. The events which will take place in a cell during division of one cell into two cells. I am repeating one more time. Different type of events takes place in a cell where one cell is get divided into two cells. This is called as cell cycle. If you come to the generation time is the phenomena where time required to divide one cell into two cells. In the earlier class also we had discussed about the cell cycle. So I am repeating one more time. So generation time is the time required to divide one cell into two cells. That is called generation time. Coming to the cell cycle, there are different phases of cell cycle are there. Interphase and mitotic phase. So interphase and mitotic phase. Dear students, interphase it is called as a preparative phase or it is called as a resting phase. In the interphase, cells are metabolically active and the cell size will be increased due to the increased content of protoplasm. In the interphase, DNA synthesis takes place, RNA synthesis takes place and protein synthesis also takes place. Why all this takes place? Because whatever the requirement for the cell division, for the mitotic division, DNA is going to be duplicated in the interphase. Why? Because if one cell is going to be duplicated in two cells, the genetic information also has to be double from parent to the daughter cells. So in this concern, the genetic information is going to be double in the interphase. The RNA synthesis is going to be takes place and different type of proteins required for the mitotic division. All different type of proteins are going to be synthesized in the interphase only. And you have to remember my dear students that there is no cell division in the interphase. Only the cell size will be increased due to the increased protoplasmic content, but there is no cell division. So interphase is the only phase where it is going to synthesize all the requirements which is required for the further step. So it is called as an interphase or preparative phase or resting phase. For example, the human cell, the generation time is 24 hours. In concern to that interphase, nearly more than 95% of time is consumed in the interphase only. That means for mitotic phase, nearly only 1 hour is required for the division in the case of division phase or by means of mitotic phase. If you come to the generation time of human cell, it's about 24 hours, whereas coming to the each cell 90 minutes. Coming to the steps in the interphase, so G1 phase, there are three phases are there. G1 phase, G for gap, and G1 phase is the longest phase, S phase, G2 phase and G0 phase. And this G0 phase is called as quiescent stage or quiescent phase, where in this stage there is no cell division. The cells are metabolically active in the G0 phase. There is no cell division in the G0 phase. Okay students, so this is a little introduction about the interphase. In the next class, next part, we are going to discuss different phases of interphase, that is called G1 phase, S phase and G2 phase.